Journal Record editor Ted Struley is back with us again to discuss other stories making headlines in business this week. Ted, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
Well, there's some upgrades in the works that should help to formulate the state's response to induced earthquakes, right?
Well, that's right. This is Mac Pake's organization, the Groundwater Protection Council. They have some money to upgrade some things that are going to give them a lot more data about disposal wells and how that might tie to earthquakes. They're going to be able to share all that data with the Geological Survey and others that are trying to solve that problem. So, good step forward.
As expected, Oklahoma-based energy companies reported losses last year. How bad was it?
Yeah, we had 3 of those come out this week. Chesapeake had revenue of $12.76 billion, which was down 45% from $23.1 billion last year. Continental Resources revenue of $2.68 billion was down about 44% from last year's $4.8 billion. And ONEOK reported revenue of $1.9 billion. That was down about a third from last year's $2.8 billion.
Well, the low oil prices are also hitting education in the state.
Yeah, we learned this week about a thing called the Common Education Technology Fund that is pretty much entirely funded by revenue from oil taxes. That's down, they think, this year almost a third. Last year it brought in some $47 million. There are comparable funds in upper education as well. So a little known fund, but of great concern to the education community right now.
Okay, a little good news. Cases of identity theft in Oklahoma are down. What's behind that trend?
Well, this was a law that went into effect in 2008, and the Kansas City Fed said this week that because of that law, which expanded banks' reporting requirements and some other things, that it's put a big dent in identity theft locally.
And finally, the presidential race is turning out to be a boon for local TV stations. Why?
Well, in addition to a larger than usual Republican field coming into Super Tuesday, Oklahoma for once has also turned into a Democrat battle state with Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton both buying a lot of television time in the state leading up to Tuesday's voting.
Okay, and what is the Journal Record going to be focusing on for next week, Ted?
We found out there's a Denver-based company that is arguing about its ad valorem tax assessments in 9 Oklahoma counties, and withholding those funds. We'll explain the whole thing in Monday's paper.
All right, Ted Struley with the Journal Record. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.